Love this expression, don't you? Creative differences. It says oodles without actually saying anything, doesn't it? You know, you find this, don't you? When I remember reading about this with the brilliant Andrew Lloyd Webber and Cameron Mackintosh. And basically, Cameron Mackintosh said a musical was never completed until Andrew had ripped his score off the piano lid and was threatening to go home. And this was called, of course, creative differences. But really, they were geniuses at what they were putting together. Could the same really, though, be said of the former cable TV actress Meghan Markle and her latest endeavour, which now has, shall we say, put it politely, hit creative differences? As ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you. Thank you so much as ever for your time today. Nice to have your company. And as ever, welcome one and all brand new subscribers. It's true though, isn't it? We've all had that. I don't know if you've had that in your workplace where, you know, the phrase they say is, we're stepping away from that idea. You know what I mean? Basically, shut up, do what we want, or you're fired. Now, that's happened already, of course, to Meghan Markle because her first endeavour into this world of podcasting, which, as I've said to the chums, it's nothing new in my book. You know, we either listened to the radio, listened on a cassette, which was audio books, and then there were CDs, weren't they, and cassettes of audio books. Podcasting is the same thing. Now, here's where it gets interesting because, as I said, Archetypes from Spotify was supposed to be this great endeavour that Meghan was finally going to be giving her voice, you know, and it's going to be fun, right? Well, clearly it wasn't, you know. Thousands of people switched off virtually from the off, even though she had stellar cast, if you like, to start with Serena Williams and Mariah Carey. The rest really were just driftwood. And really now that is simply the problem because not only is it very hard to get people to come and work with you when you have such a negative PR base, and I'm not piling that on to Meghan Markle, I'm saying this is how it is. Publicity generates publicity. If a thing is a success, people want to be with it. So far, Meghan has not become a proven success in the world of podcasting. That's the problem. Now, according to that source, the creative differences with her brand new company, Lemonada Media, which was trumpeted over a year ago now, and this was all thanks to a deal, according to a source, that was trumped together by none other than the William Morris Endeavour Agency to try and counterbalance the negativity of being called grifters by Spotify. Well, now they sort of were going to push ahead and 2025 was going to be wonderful, all of that sort of stuff. According to that very well-placed source, the creative differences are of exactly who Meghan considers to be a stellar star and who they consider to be people that are willing to pay to listen to this. You've got to remember there's a paywall attached. Now, they're looking for commerciability, you know, marketability. You need people that are big and, you know, have got a great story to tell. Doesn't necessarily need to be news. It could be a well-loved icon, stuff like that. But that takes dedication, research, time, and more importantly, interest. And that was something that was clearly lacking according to Meghan's time on Spotify. It's alleged that she never even sat down with every single person she interviewed, but had a voice in on a pre-record later. So you can understand the difficulties now that they're going to be encountering. But as for the guests right now, apparently Meghan wants to go down a more sort of philosophical route with, you know, big world leaders, stuff like that. They're looking at things that may resonate along the level of female empowerment, people of situations that have a great story to tell. The other bigger problem, of course, is if they're willing to sit down with someone who has no proven track record, and more importantly, can she get an audience? And this is where the creative differences truly come in. So far, it looks like the lemon is turning a little bit sour, as ever, allegedly. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.